do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Coach TGS channel. Again, I am so excited because I have two beautiful guests. Masyadong magaganda yung mga guests ko, no, for the past weeks. But these two ladies are going to talk about something that I believe is necessary for everybody to understand and to practice these days. Baka nga dapat sa Pilipinas i-practice tong sobra kailangan, especially during these times. And I am talking about the topic of service. Service to other people. Nag-serve ba kayo last year or this year? Do you give back to your community? That is what we're going to talk about. And I would like to introduce to you these two fabulous women. I am lost for the adjectives just to describe these two. So one is coming from Canada and one is here with us from the Philippines, of course. So I will begin with the super beautiful person coming from Canada. Buena is an experienced cross cultural communicator and international liaison with more than 2 decades of solid career in marketing and sales, having worked for major European companies in Dubai, UAE, and as well as for a leading global financial services firm in North America. Buena joined the board of Miss World Canada and Beauties of Five Continents and served as executive director for marketing. Armed with potent teachings and fierce commitment to make an impact on others, she founded BKC Leadership Coaching and Training International. Her areas of expertise include leadership, emotional intelligence, and soft skills. Friends, please help me welcome a good friend, Miss Buena Kilala Chua.
Hello, Serena.
Thank you, Buena, for joining us straight from Canada. What time is it there right now?
Oh, let me go ahead and check. It's 7:10 a.m., but I've
Oh,
actually for the last more than an hour and I had only maybe 2 hours sleep.
oh, wow. Pero fresh
Yeah.
na fresh, ha? I mean,
Oh,
2 hours pa
Thank
yan. Ang
you.
ganda-ganda mo pa rin. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Joining Buena, of course, is another friend of mine here in the Philippines. So let me share with you her wonderful credentials. Cecil is a serious promoter of human capacity and builder of human dignity. This can be tracked from her 2 decades of experience as a competent development executive, climate change advocate, a socialized housing strategist, and a leadership trainer, mentor, and coach. She has served several international development agencies in various capacities across such as INWENT and GIZ, European Union, USAID, World Bank, and the Healthy Foundation. Friends, please help me welcome Miss Cecil Buenavides.
Hello, Sharina. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Cecil. Thank you for joining us. I believe it's 11 p.m. that we are filming this, pero game na game pa rin kayo. So thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
it so much. So let's get down to business because I'm so excited with our topic. Kasi parang, although people don't want to talk about the pandemic, pero parang I felt that in 2020, parang lumabas yung service personalities, kung personality ba tawag doon, or service, uh, I don't know, how you call it, uh, the spirit of volunteerism natin, no, sa Pilipinas. And I'm going to ask you, Buena, in a while about Canada. So, Cecil, do you agree with my observation na parang biglang naging service oriented ang
Or,
ating mga kababayan, no?
yeah, yes,
Tayo sa Pilipinas.
yes, it's true. That's very apparent recently, as maybe it's because of the fact that we really have to pull our resources together to maximize whatever we can do to help those that are really in need. Remember, there's lots of people who have lost their jobs.
Mm.
There's lots of people who got sick. So I think there's the bayanihan spirit is really inherent in Filipinos. So even if we don't have much, we're willing to give whatever we can to help everyone. And that's not only apparent to those that are rich, but I
Mhm.
have seen bayanihan spirit and initiatives in the ground, in communities. Nakakatuwa tingnan kahit walang-wala na. But
Tumutulong pa
they
rin.
still give tutulong pa rin sa mga kapwa or kapitbahay.
And I think, Cecil, it's always hindi lang nung nangyari yung pandemic eh. It wasn't just last year. It's every time there's a
Mhm.
typhoon and every time something
Correct.
happens, no?
True. True. Yeah.
Okay.
So parang we don't have donors fatigue mentality in a way.
I understand, Cecil. Okay, now your turn, Buena. How is how are the Filipinos in Canada during this pandemic, or kapag merong emergencies or similar situations? How is the spirit of volunteerism in Canada?
You know what, Serena? You're actually asking about Filipinos, no? Relative to volunteerism. Pero siguro in general muna ang sasabihin ko.
Mm-mm.
Um, Siyempre, even before the pandemic, ako feel na feel ko na yan eh. When I got here in Canada, kitang-kita ko siya. It's evident everywhere. Yung tinatawag informal volunteering. Kasi it doesn't have to be, an involvement with an organization or non-profit organization. Talagang meron na, nandun na, parang, ang feeling ko nga talaga, it is a way of life for Canadians. Siyempre, especially ako, may anak ako sa school, kitang-kita ko yung involvement ng mga parents, and hindi mo ma-feel na volunteering talaga yon. Talagang parang parte na ng buhay nila, right? Like,
Mm.
yun na yun, yun yung mga tinatawag na informal volunteering. And I like to believe that it's always been a part of the Canadian fabric. Pero particularly in this pandemic, nakakatuwang makita yung mga people who are directly supporting those around them in terms of delivering groceries, yung mga tumutulong sa mga seniors. Some organizations as well are providing homes and services for homeless, the women and children fleeing violence. Some people are, they keep on cooking, providing meals for not just the frontliners, but kung sino yung mga nangangailangan pa. So yun yung mga informal volunteering talaga. So
So the Filipinos who are Filipino Canadians now,
yes.
hindi sila it was an easy parang it's just an easy shoe-in because our culture and their culture are similar when it
Yes.
comes to helping out other people. Ah, nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Very
Pareho
nice.
lang. Alam mo, hindi mo siya ma-feel na, Filipino or non-Filipino, right? Hindi.
Wow. Well, then
Or,
I would think that is good news because ibig sabihin cross-cultural, no? It's
yeah,
suddenly not about culture. It's really just helping. Yung
it is
pagtulong lang, no? And
pagtulong.
sharing. Ah, okay. Cecil, tell me, um, what are the things, let's say in the Philippines, that para naman malaman nung mga nanonood sa atin, what do you do in terms of projects that you have in service, no? I mean, in the huge umbrella of service.
So in the development world, or otherwise known as NGO world, um, we really zero in on addressing global challenges like poverty, injustice, peace, peace and peace, environmental degradation, or climate change.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Mm-hmm.
really that really affects the lives of people in the real life. So we are very careful in designing programs towards this because it involves real people. If
Mm.
we make a
Okay.
mistake, it has a really big impact on people. What we wanted to do is to be able to put intervention wherein it can transform lives. It
Mm-mm.
can uplift the quality of life of people around us. If you've seen me, I've been exposed to different phases of poverty across Southeast Asia for the last 2 decades because I've worked in different countries around the region, and that really encouraged me to do something, to contribute something, to uplift the situation of these people. So perhaps such exposure would really leave a dent in your heart and would really push you to do something, or to be able to help them, because what we're talking here is a matter of really life and death, life and death
Wow.
situation.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me
So
clarify, Cecil. So as an NGO, 'di ba,
mhm,
non-government organization, these are organizations that they have specific causes. No, merong
yes,
specific cause na
yeah,
tinutulungan,
yeah,
right, no? And
correct.
so if it's poverty, then it's poverty. If it's environmental, it's an environmental
Oh, yeah.
advocacy. Doon naman yung focus.
Yeah, we are all aligned to the United Nations Development Goals. So there are
Ah,
17
okay.
the United Nations.
Tapos
So
iba-iba
which
lang
means
'yan.
no poverty, yes, no poverty, no hunger. So
Wow.
there's 17 areas wherein you need more or less to align your initiatives too, because it's
Ah,
important that we have a direction. We're
okay.
solving a global problem, societal
Okay.
problem. So we need yeah, before each one do its part. Yeah, I want to do on this, I want to do on that,
Right.
but now
Yes.
very clear that we should have a set direction to be able to address this. So we target no hunger, no poverty by 2030 supposedly. But you know, this
Wow.
pandemic has really changed
Yeah.
the landscape.
Yeah.
So there should be a change of prioritization right now, so to
Yeah.
be able to address challenges.
So may target
It
pala ang
used to be that,
United Nations.
yeah, there are
Oh,
targets. We are now aligning it to what we called
wow.
SDGs.
Ah,
Called as
okay.
SDG.
Okay.
So each one of us,
What is
yeah, each one
SDG?
of us, sustainable development goals.
Yes.
So
Okay.
these are the goals, the global goals wherein certain societal problems
Mm-hmm.
are really intended to be solved or reduced, because this would
Mm,
really elevate the situation of the
mm-mm.
people, you
Right.
know. And you know, in the whole world, it's almost how many 70% of the people are living below poverty.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
with so
I
much
think
problems that we have to have concerted effort
yes.
to solve.
Dito
Anyhow, to
dito lang
make
sa
that
Pilipinas,
yes.
Cecil, 'di ba?
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
many people
80%.
are below the poverty line. Biro mo, that's
So that's
coming from ano, you're coming from a third world country.
oh yes,
I
yes.
want now to listen kasi Canada, first world yan. Yung problems
Oh,
ba ni Cecil in helping the third world countries, the third world country problems, ah, meron ba yan in the first world? Or what are your problems in Canada or in the first world countries? Do you have poverty? Do you have, or what do you think
we have
Buena ang
hunger,
parang yung hunger, so
quality
Buena ba
education.
sa Canada, the volunteerism ba yung support, no, yung mga ganyan, uso ba NGOs diyan sa Canada?
Yes, of course naman, may mga NGOs, right? So napakadaming organizations talaga na minention mo na nga kanina eh. May mga ibang causes kasi, right? Na
Mm,
sinusuportahan ng mga
yeah, right.
organisasyon, right? So meron din kaming ganyang problema.
Mhm.
Hindi ko na siguro maibibigay ngayon yung eksaktong,
Yeah.
gaano laki ba.
Yeah.
Ah, for sure, may mga homeless din naman na mga,
May mga homeless din
May
kayo?
homeless ba diyan? May
yes,
homeless
yes,
diyan sa
of course.
Canada?
Yeah,
Oh.
meron din, yeah.
May
Pero
homeless din kayo.
I would like
Mhm.
to say may infrastructure talaga in place para suportahan yung mga yan, you know. May mga kung papasok siguro yung volunteerism na sinasabi natin, ano yan eh, kanya-kanyang initiative ng
Mhm.
mga specifically yung mga Filipinos,
Mm-mm.
marami iba-iba kasi may mga iba-ibang provinces na may kanya-kanyang organizations, and ako kasi I've had the pleasure of leading one, which is the Batangas Club of British Columbia. So we pool resources, marami kaming ginagawang mga activities din, kung ano maitutulong sa ibang communities din. So we're not just talking
Mm.
about Filipinos here in Canada. Lahat ng maitutulong, we do that as well.
You also have organizations who yung mga fundraising and you do
Mhm.
activities as well. Right.
Marami,
Okay.
marami kami yan. Since I got here in Canada, kitang-kita ko yon eh, na may kanya-kanyang communities,
Mm.
Mhm.
may mga activities na magkakasama kami, you know,
Oh,
for a
nice, nice.
certain cause.
And I'm sure the Filipino community, syempre some are married to the Canadians already or 'di ba ibang culture.
Mhm.
Okay naman sa kanila. I mean, they get it. They get why the Filipinos bond together and bond and band together to help out regardless
For
of the
sure.
cause. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah,
Okay.
And
Filipinos.
some of your organizations, diba? Some of your big organizations are also funding the causes in the Philippines.
Oh yes,
So
yeah,
some of the big
yeah.
ones are the big funders to
Yes.
different initiatives
To
in the
help out
Philippines.
naman, not first world helps
Correct.
out the third world as well. So I'm gonna
Kasi
ask you, ladies. It's very important. What got you into support? Into service. What got you? I mean, not everybody has that. Has that parang well. For lack of a better term, you
Uh,
two, I see, you've got big hearts. Okay, you have very big hearts because it's not easy to
mm,
put together an event, a
mm,
fundraising. Ang hirap mag-fundraise ha, especially during the pandemic. How, 'di ba, it's hard to get the fundraising because people are like thinking, we're all in this, pare-pareho tayo eh, 'di
mhm.
ba? But what inspired you, Buena? Bakit ka nasa ganyang mga organizations?
gusto kong isipin, kailan ba ako nag-start talaga?
Mhm.
And then I came to realize I've actually always been doing this. Simula nung bata pa ako. Siguro in-expose ako ng mga parents ko. And of course, pag bata ka, you didn't understand it was volunteering that you were doing. Parang
Mm.
pa lang, may mga missions sa church, sa
Mm.
mga subdivisions na tinitira natin.
Yeah.
Of course, right? And then they're serving the community in various capacities, mga officers sila. So siguro naalala ko kabataang barangay officer ako nung bata.
Wow, okay.
May mga initiatives na kasama ako. And so nandun na siya eh. So pag sinasabi mo Sarina na si Cecil and I hindi ko siya matanggap na gano'n na we have big hearts and all. Kasi Filipinos, inherent sa atin yan eh. Lahat tayo gano'n. It is
Mhm.
just that siguro dito, sa Canada specifically, it is pronounced because parte ng buhay nga natin eh. Siguro nakita ko yung cause that an organization is supporting because it's not just Batangas Club of British Columbia.
It's a
Member rin
lot.
ako right? In fact, we're the three of us are from UP, right? So meron din
Yeah.
right? So meron ding scholars ang UP Association dito.
Yes.
So iba hindi wag nating sukatin yung puso natin pero talagang ang Filipinos nandiyan na sa atin yan. And it's just a matter of finding the opportunity at pag nandun na, you give your
It just
best.
comes out. It just comes out.
It comes out, yeah.
It comes out. I
Nagiging
like
natural siya.
I like what you said that suddenly you find the purpose. Kasi I've coached a lot of
Mhm.
people and they would always say that I'm trying to find my purpose in life. I cannot find my purpose in life. But what you're saying is maybe because you start helping others,
Mhm.
then you might find that it's
Mhm.
actually what you were built for to
Mhm.
really help others. No?
Mhm.
Now,
Ang basic
Cecil, okay, go ahead, Buena.
Ang basic niyan, Serena, is ano, you feel good doing that.
Mm.
And then you carry on. And
Yeah.
so yun and in the end you say, oh, there really is some meaning in my life, or more
Yeah.
meaning in my life.
Okay. I think you feel
Nararamdaman.
good because you see them smile. You see
Yeah.
the people you help also feel good about themselves. Diba? So parang, I'm
Mm.
doing something right. Kasi masaya sila, masaya ako. So tuloy natin to, diba? Kasi pareho naman, diba? Now,
Yes.
Buena, you mentioned, we're all from UP.
Mm.
Cecil,
Yes.
geologist ka, diba?
By,
Okay. What
by
is the,
profession.
by profession? How did you get from being a geologist to now you are very active in NGOs, and and you are supporting a
Mhm.
lot of projects in the region? Paano ka naman napasok?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that when you're a geologist, you really explore the far-flung areas for mapping. Diba? That's
Mm.
already exposure to the realities of life. But mine, my, this all started, I think, from my parents. I have a very generous parents who help people really beyond what others uh, would
Would
like
do.
to do.
Yeah.
Yes, what
Hmm.
others would like to do. So they really extend themselves of helping others. And I remember my dad was saying that, and I was very young then when I was exposed to injustice because of the fact that my father was a lawyer. So my
Ah.
father was a lawyer and was helping far landowners for far-flung areas whose lands were land grabbed as early as that.
Oh
So
wow.
he really
Okay.
stood his ground. He was really the only pro bono lawyer in Northern Negros at that time,
Wow.
because he
Okay.
wanted to help fishermen who were voted out of their jobs,
Mm-mm.
helping landlords, poor landlords,
Mm-hmm.
from land grabbing. So I think
Right.
as early as maybe elementary years, I've seen that already there were glimpses of which I couldn't comprehend so well, because my life was so sheltered also. So, but I've seen how my papa really extended help to these people, and he keep on telling us, don't judge people by their looks. It was so mad when you mistreat people who
Mm-mm.
are shabby looking. He wanted us to respect even helpers at home. He wanted us to respect um, fisherman who's really trying to vend their catch for the day. He said you should have equal respect to all these people. So maybe that's
Wow.
where it
Yeah.
started. Plus the fact that I went to UP. And in UP, not everybody are really of equal standing
Yeah.
economically. I
It
have
doesn't matter,
colleagues
no? It doesn't matter whether you're rich or you're poor in UP. You're just
who are
like,
struggling as well
yeah.
with their basic needs, which you get exposed that, inequity do exist. And plus the fact that, of course, when I was working already, then we got all over the Philippines to do our mapping as a geologist. And you've seen
Ah.
the hardship of these people in far-flung areas. Super
Oh.
different. There's a big disparity from that you have seen in the provinces and in Manila. And I'm really one example of that. I finished my secondary education in the province. Standards in the province are far different than Manila. Maybe it was just lucky I was able to enter UP,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
Because standards is too different. I
Yeah.
mean, in the quality of education is not equal when
Okay.
you're in the provinces and when you're in Metro Manila.
You're from
So I
Negros, tama ba?
think from Negros,
Negros. Okay.
yes. So I think that's maybe opened my mind,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
awareness
Yeah.
on a lot of disparities in distribution of
Yes.
everything.
Hindi equal. No, lumalaki ka, nakikita mo eh. Nakikita mo, bakit parang
I
hindi
see that. That's
pantay? Eh,
the
dapat, di ba, we are
experience.
all equal as human.
Yeah. So um maybe that's the reason that I got attracted also to a job which I could say I could make a difference. I wanted really
I
to
like
fill
that.
some little gaps in
Yeah.
some people's lives.
I
It's not,
like what you said, Cecil, making a difference.
yeah.
I think that's important. Now, people are scared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with both of you.
Mhm.
You know, I'm UP. I'm also exposed. My parents are also very civic minded, mga
Mhm.
presidente ng
Mga
organisasyon,
organization.
sa church, lahat na lang ng bingo pinatulan namin, 'di ba? Parang everything, no? We would sell tickets. We were very active, but you're right. You didn't know that slowly
Mm,
pala na
yeah, it built.
mold na, no? Na
It
mold na yung
built.
sarili na, yung
Uh,
thinking mo na okay, you can do a difference. But I am going to be honest with you.
mm,
Last December was the very first, and I'm 51
mm,
years old, was the very first fundraising event that I organized. See, in my whole life, and syempre, I'm embarrassed to tell you, I'm embarrassed to tell the world, but it's also, I think, very honest, no? This is an honest revelation. My idea was give them money. Give them money, give me the
Mhm.
envelope. Magkano ba yan? I was just like that. I felt I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I'll give you na lang the money, bahala na kayo. So people now are scared that if you don't have the money, you cannot help. You get what I mean, ladies? No, they associate that if you want to be in there are two things. If you want to be in the world of service, servicing other people and volunteering your time, uh, it involves money. Okay, so pag wala kang pera, wala
mm.
kang matutulong. And number two, it takes so much of you, your time. You have to do this full time. Pwede ba yun? Buena, ano tingin mo? I mean, you're a
Yeah,
mom. Is it something full-time? When you help, when you have all these activities? At saka kailangan ba lagi kang madami pera when
actually,
you
it doesn't have to
support?
be. It's not just money. When you serve others, it doesn't mean money. It means your effort, your time, your talents. You know,
So parang time
you don't have to
treasure
do it full
talent.
time.
Parang gano'n, yung time treasure talent.
Yeah, your talent.
Well, I also want to build upon what Cecil just said. Hindi kailangang may pera ka lang, right? So here in Canada, everyone can contribute something. And generally speaking, with volunteering, you're actually giving the best gift that you have, which is your time, right? And that is why people who are volunteering, I really have, I think highly of them.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
Filipinos
understand.
yan o hindi, but mostly talaga mga Filipinos,
Mm-hmm.
I have
That we
witnessed,
see.
yeah, sobra talaga. So when you give your time,
Mhm.
remember, alam naman natin yan, when we give our time, we are actually giving a portion of our life that we can never get back. So
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yun di ba? So
Mm-mm.
yun yung very, very powerful. And then I wanted to, I don't want to forget this because I heard you saying, baka kulang ang oras, busy ako, hindi talaga ako makakapunta doon, right? There is a paper that I think it was published, I think it's a Wharton professor yung nag-research nito eh. Yung mga nagvo-volunteer, ang feeling nila, kasi syempre, yung mga respondents, nakuha nila yung resulta doon, right? They
Right.
feel that they are time affluent, in fact.
Okay.
Sila na
Mm-hmm.
uubusan ng oras at lalong mas marami silang oras. So that's very,
Oh, like it's stretched. The day
oh
is
yeah,
stretched
yes,
to
yes. And
get more service
so
in
much to
them.
do. Yeah, parang there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things to do. Oh, there's more that I can contribute. There's more that I can do.
Wow.
Hindi yung
Okay.
kapusang oras, hindi yun eh. So hindi
I see.
talaga dapat dito may pera ka ba? May oras ka ba? Because your heart is into it when you do it. Volunteering can reduce stress levels. It
Mm.
can improve our mood. Yan ang mga resulta ng mga ng
Ng
mga,
studies.
yeah, and it can keep you active. And of course, yung sense of purpose nandun yun eh. Mararamdaman ng tao yun eh.
Masaya
Eh,
ka na kagad.
ka na
Mm-hmm.
kaagad.
Okay, I'm going
So,
to ask a controversial question, ladies.
Oh
Are
my.
there more women volunteers? Because we're celebrating Women's Month,
Yeah.
right? This
Mhm.
video is coming out in March. So this is Women's Month. Do you think that there are more women volunteers and we'd like the men to work more, or baliktad? Baka naman there are more male volunteers and we'd like to call out the women to share. Cecil, sa Pilipinas muna,
Uh,
anong ratio natin dito?
on the community level, most volunteers are women because
Mm.
they are the ones who are left in the communities when their husbands
Ah,
are gone
nagtatrabaho.
working. So
Ah,
it's them really who mobilize the community. It's the women power in the community.
I
And that's
see.
really apparent also not only in small communities. I think in uh in the sector, in
Ah,
let's say in the socialized sector of the
mas ano,
society.
kasi nga in fairness, kasi nagtatrabaho yung mga lalaki. So
Yeah.
since yung mga babae ang naiwan sa community, sila naman yung nag-game, you know? I
And
mean,
the
let's
really reason
organize
for
it.
that, in the communities, normally when you're forming a community, the first that you should really empower first are the children. Second are the women, because most of the women apparently they don't have the voice in the family. So
Okay.
that's why when once they get empowered, oh, it's really
Dire-diretso.
there's a difference. Dire-diretso na. And they
Wow.
really once parang talagang motivated sila to do something, especially when they see it benefits their family in return.
Yan.
So medyo tsaka iba ang women even if they're too busy at home, you can really see the
Parang,
extra power, no?
parang ang daming
That's
kamay.
yeah, within na
Okay.
they would really go extend, beyond what they can do, just
I
not
see.
not just on the monetary side, but
Ah,
when you
ah,
see yung tulong
ah.
in whatever field, babae yan, babae talagang
Interesting.
nangunguna dyan.
Basta bigyan ng voice, no, Cecil? Basta
Yes, bigyan mo
bigyan ng
sila ng
boses.
voice.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. What about you, Buena, when it comes to sa Canada volunteerism?
So, Trina, I think controversial nga talaga yung
Mm.
question. yan. So, hindi ko siya masasagot ng in terms of numbers. Pero I actually wanted to earlier to share this. Ito yung numbers natin, ano, as I'm talking about informal volunteering. So, hindi lang yung mga involved sa charitable institutions or nonprofit organizations.
Mhm.
So almost 3/4 of Canadians were engaged in informal volunteering in 2018. So ito yung latest numbers na nakita ko.
Ah.
And, almost 22.7 million people volunteered informally, right? At
Wow.
ang ano niya ang ating percentage.
Yeah.
Sabihin, kahit ngayon na may pandemic, of course, naapektuhan lahat, marami na
Yeah.
cancel volunteering programs, still visible pa rin ang volunteering. Ang ating population here sa Canada, 37.7 million.
Okay.
Para maging 3/4 of Canadians ang engaged sa informal volunteering. Almost 22.7 million people volunteered informally.
Wow.
74% of Canadians are aged 15 and older.
Oh, but that's good. Right?
So,
Kasi
yeah,
youth
totoo
yan,
yan.
ano? Youth.
Oh, yeah. It is, you'll find this interesting as well. Siguro, kung meron tayong mga viewers na mga employers, no, they own companies, they could be small business owners as well, no,
Mhm.
na may mga empleyado. They have to take note of this. Studies show that college graduates, especially nowadays, ang hahanapin talaga nilang papasukan na trabaho ay yung companies na mahalagang-mahalaga sa kanila. That's what I mean. Na mayroong robust corporate social responsibility ang kumpanya.
You're talking about millennials.
Actually,
No?
hindi
Yeah,
millennials.
Hindi
millennials.
din. Pero parang ano, no, may
Honest?
very idealistic, no?
Yeah.
Ang kanilang generation.
Yeah.
Actually, yung yung
Alpha
sa
Gen.
generation, hindi yung millennials
Alpha
actually.
Gen.
Yung Gen Z, no? Yung
Yeah.
tawag yung kasunod. Yun ang talagang mas pa
Right.
talaga.
Right.
So,
Right.
I just want to, ano kasi very interesting to eh.
Mm-mm.
These sentiments actually hold true across generational cohorts. So alam naman natin kasi meron din tayong mga corporate volunteer programs. I think sa Philippines din meron naman
Mm.
dyan.
Yeah.
Pero
Yeah.
dito kasi marami talaga. So employees really are much more engaged kasi kapag if they actually get to take part in corporate
Yeah.
volunteer programs. And not only
Yes.
that, ano yan both employees and companies, they're actually benefiting from volunteering. Para sa companies kasi it is a retention tool. If they know that employees are more
Okay.
engaged,
Wow.
they're much more motivated to work, then alam nila, dapat kailangan talaga mag-focus din ng mga companies sa corporate volunteer programs.
Okay. So now, ladies, the reason why I ask you that question is because, as I've mentioned a while ago, Women's Month kasi ngayon, di ba? And I believe it is a fact that the three of us are working together for an event that's happening on March 27. So, which is the Wow We Can Leadership Conference. And this is, we're inviting women of all ages, from all sectors, whether you're from corporate or uh, from NGOs, people from the academe as well. So what can we expect from you? Like you, Cecil, ano ba yung topic mo
Yeah.
for the WOW conference on March
Yeah.
27?
In congruence to, in relation to serving others, one topic which I wanted really to be explored on the Women of the World Conference on March 27 is the how to connect, to collaborate. Yeah, it is important. It is an important topic nowadays to put into collaboration in the right context. That collaboration is not just a simple thing because it's the highest form of cooperation. So and this can only be put into place if we have to explore collaborative leadership. So I think it is a must now, especially not only during this pandemic, but I think it is important for the whole world now, as we are all affected by this health crisis, that we need really to help each other. We have to prioritize exploring what is collaborative leadership all about.
Okay,
In
so
the
I think that's not everybody understands
yeah,
collaborative leadership, and I'm excited with that topic. What
yeah.
about you, Buena? What's your topic on March 27?
It's going to be exciting for all of us. So, of course, we're hoping that you will watch out for this. On March 27 at our leadership event, I will be talking about connecting your life to purpose. So I think I will just leave you with a saying of Mahatma Gandhi. And this it goes this way: the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So I think I connected it with what we actually talked about today as well, how we can be of service to other people. Hopefully everyone is encouraged as well. It is within us already. So it's just a matter of expressing it and well, showing it to the world, right? Because you want to have more meaning in your life. And this is actually, volunteering is absolutely one way of finding your purpose in life.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And with that, we will end our discussion, ladies. Maraming salamat. Thank you for giving me an hour of your time and sharing your experiences and how service really is an integral part of being human. No, that we don't live these lives, you know, just because of what we like or how we want to live our lives, but it is also, of course, in the service of others. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to get to know a little more about you as we share this video to a lot of people. We are also inviting everybody to join us on March 27 for the Women of the World Leadership Conference. So, bye everyone, and we'll see you on March 27.
Well, we can.
Wow, we can.
But you have to try. If you need advice, let me simplify. Baby, how you feeling?